Good morning, fans of the new network. It's James Ernest with Sarah's Playlist. Our guests today are Dennis, Emmy, and Ella, Lind from Lindy. So we are excited about having them as guests on the show today. They're coming all the way from Sweden to here in America to perform for Winter Jam. So thank you, folks, for joining us today.
Thank you for having us. We are very excited to be here and to be at Winter Jam and to meet all these new people. So we're having a blast.
Awesome. So when did y'all fall in love with music?
Wow, good question.
Yeah, good question. I mean, the easy answer is since birth.
Yes.
We've always loved music. We've been making music since we were kids. So I made my first album when I was 6 years old.
Oh, wow.
Christian kids music.
Yeah, and I was 5. So
Ella was 5, Emmy was
7.
7. So we started with Christian kids music. So we've been doing this for 18 years.
And we grew up in a very musical family. Our mother, she grew up touring too. So it's become pretty natural for us to just continue.
Yeah, so we've been playing instruments and singing basically our whole lives.
That's awesome. So it's been a family tradition.
Yes.
Yeah,
kind of.
You can say.
Nice. So now, of course, this is the only place where you grew up. So, of course, for you, it's normal. For us, we're intrigued by the prospect. What was it like growing up in Sweden?
Well, for starters, there's not as big of a Christian culture and Christian population. Our country has 10 million people and only about 2% are Christian.
Oh.
So often you were the odd one out being a Christian. And especially doing Christian music, like the girls in my soccer team were like, what is that? What are you doing? Like, are you in churches or what's up? So that's been kind of special coming here, and seeing that there's a so much bigger Christian population and Christian music is so much bigger, and there's a whole industry here. But growing up in Sweden, it was great.
Yeah,
Really good. Like, we grew up there, so we don't really have a reference like how it's different from. Not really, kind of.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I was going to say, shoot, we have that a lot of times. We have people from the South or from the West, and we'll have them on and be like, yeah, what was it like there? And they're like, yeah, what it was, couldn't be.
Yeah,
you can't really reference the other places because you don't know how they were. But definitely, that sounds like a big difference. The lack of Christianity in Sweden. I would never have thought the percentage was so low. So, what role does God and Jesus play in your lives and your music?
I mean, that's what we base our whole lives around. That's the whole foundation for everything we do. We grew up in church. Our grandpa was a pastor, founded the church that we went to our whole upbringing. So we're church kids, all of us. Been in the kids ministry, youth ministry,
worship team.
Basically everything. Doing everything you can do at our age in church. But no, I mean, our faith is the foundation for everything we do, and that's why we do our music as well. We tend to say that we use the music just as a tool to communicate the message of Jesus to other people and the message of hope and faith. And we really mean that. I mean, we love music, of course, but it's really just a tool for what we want to communicate to people, and how we want to impact other people with the music. Jesus plays the main role in our music and in our lives.
That's awesome. So, like you were saying, I mean, your main goal is to help people find Jesus, help people with their lives. But yeah, the music is definitely a way to open that door to get that first interaction.
Exactly.
The thing that I think is really interesting about your music is how you're able to combine pop melodies with uplifting rap lyrics? I was going to say, first off, the phrase uplifting rap lyrics is a surprise because some of the music I listened to when I was growing up, the rap lyrics were anything besides uplifting. They were more either bragging about what they had and other people didn't, or
Mhm.
they were violent. But yes, that's an awesome change because I always loved the rap format, but I never cared for the messages they had. And it sounds like you guys are giving the rap a more uplifting message. So how were you able to combine those two things?
Yeah, I think since we come from a country where there's a lot of pop music, as you do as well, and we listen to a lot of pop music, a lot of R&B, hip hop, and we want to make music that we really like to listen to. And we are Christians, and therefore we want our music to be about that and to spread something positive instead of just being a song. So we want our music to impact people and for it to sound like the music that we listen to.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's just the most natural thing. I mean, it's not only that we make Christian music, we also are Christians and live a Christian life. And like how we live our life and what we do with it reflects our lyrics. So we wouldn't just write something that we don't live and that we don't experience. I mean, or that we know that our friends experience. We live a life that also is reflecting our lyrics, and that's important to us.
Now, of course, your music goes back much farther than what I'm going to reference, but a lot of times people think of your first single as being What a Feeling. Tell us a little bit about that and what the process was of creating it. Obviously, like you said, you had been doing things 5, 6, 7, so you had, been going much longer than that. So a lot of times, you had actually a background to it where a lot of times people's first single, it's just their first single. So tell us about that.
Yeah. I mean, as I said before, we did like 6 albums with Christian kids music and have been touring with the whole family for a lot of years. And for some years, I kind of stepped back, and Emmy and Ella was the front guys in everything that we did. So I really wanted to play soccer and do other things. Didn't really want to do music like that. But then we kind of decided together that we wanted to do this, all 3 of us together. So we formed Lindy, the group. So it comes, actually, the name comes from our last name in Swedish. That's Lindeh. So when you say it in English, it's Lindy. So a lot of people have been asking, but that's the name. So we formed the group together, and What a Feeling was the first single. And for me, that was a big step to sing lead on a song. I mean, I have been doing that before, but that was when I was a kid. So this was the first time that we did something, all 3 of us together, for a long time. And yeah, we kind of took it from there. We didn't have a master plan at that time, what we were going to do. But we kind of took it from there. That was the first single. And yeah, we've been rocking since then.
And I mean, our music is, of course, always evolving. Throughout the years, it's been, you can see in our songs that our music is evolving with us, and that we have been crafting our sound for a long time, and we really feel like now is a time where we just want to release a lot of music, and we just want to get out like more of a new sound, maybe.
Exactly. Getting that message out there, positivity and about the Lord. Now, how great does it feel that you all hit the #1 spot on the iTunes charts in Sweden?
That is so cool.
It's great.
That really pushed us in the right direction from the start. So that was really fun.
Nice. And then, of course, you're coming over here to the States, but you've been all around the world. What are some of the highlights of the places that you've been?
Wow. I mean, every place is so different. We've been to Brazil and Kenya on trips with a help organization. So we went there because we do music, but we went there with the help organization. So that was really special to see their work and what they do, and to meet people that have their conditions are so different from ours. So that was really heartbreaking, but also inspiring. Then we've had shows in places around Europe and over here, obviously. And every place is different. And it's so fun to see the crowd being different as well. You notice that some countries people are more reserved, and some countries people are more crazy from the start.
Yes, but still, it's so interesting to know that people can enjoy the music in different ways.
Yeah.
And they express it in different ways. And I just love seeing the difference in cultures, and yeah, just being able to see more than little Sweden.
So is it fair to say 2019 was your breakout year?
I mean, yeah, if you look back at it, in some ways, but then 2020 came and everything got shut down. So yeah, I don't know about breakout in that way, but it was definitely a year when we got out and played more. And
We did a lot of fun shows 2019.
did a lot of fun shows, and we had big plans going from 2019. That felt like a good year, and we had big plans to the future after that. And then everything shut down, so we had to rethink everything. But yeah, 2019 was a good year for sure.
But I do think that this year is also a very big year for us. Just being on this Winter Jam tour is a huge step for us, and yeah, it's also a big milestone.
Nice. Yeah, I was going to say that's the great thing about you folks, that you've already have done so many huge festivals over in Europe, so many great Christian festivals, and like you said, to be now a part of the Winter Jam Fest. I mean, gosh, over here in the States, it is one of our premier music festivals, and it's the thing I love about it is it's designed to be very inclusive because they have such reasonable prices.
Yeah, I mean, we love to be here. We're so grateful and thankful to be a part of this tour. And as you said, that it's open for everybody to come. I think that's a very important ingredient to the whole tour, that you can see everyone there. You can see all ages, all backgrounds, just all Christian people coming together. It's very beautiful that they have chosen to stay to that and keep that it should be affordable for everyone. So that is yeah, we're just very thankful to be part of a tour like that.
Yeah,
I was going to say in 2022, you were pretty close to my area. You were down in Nashville, Tennessee, several times working with some great songwriters. Who were some of those songwriters?
Oh wow, we wrote with Mitch Wong, and then Mia Fields, who are some great songwriters, have some big songs. Yeah, who else? Ryan.
Yeah, we've been writing with from people. We have a Swedish friend that lives in Nashville. His name is Tommy Iceland, and so he lives there and works as a songwriter. So he's been our great contact over in Nashville. So we've been over a couple of times to visit them and write some songs. So he's been very helpful in building relationships with him and other writers and setting up different sessions. So we've been writing with a lot of different people.
Awesome. So yeah, you've been working with some great ones. Got great music coming out of it. What is the process though? How do you come up with your ideas?
It's different from time to time. Most of the times when we're not in Nashville, we said it's just the three of us. So that's the normal session, is the three of us writing together. I produce, and we come up with ideas together. Usually it starts with a conversation about what we something someone's thought about that we could write about, some notes on the phone, some voice memo, just some inspiration from somewhere, and then we kind of take it from there. Build out the song, start to lay down melodies. Usually melodies is the first thing for us, and then we add lyrics to that. I know some people do the opposite way, but we just tend to work that way most of the times. And then it's a collaboration most of the times. It's not always all three of us. Sometimes I sit by myself, or it's two of us, or something like that. But I think we like to work together, all three of us, so that everyone is part of the song, from the start to finish.
Yeah,
that is awesome. You know how you have that family bond and are able to have such motivation and creative juices going in the right direction. And speaking of going in the right direction,
Exactly.
of course,
Yeah.
your 2024 is starting off in the right direction with Winter Jam. But what else do you have planned for 24? What's the future hold for Lindy?
yeah. So we have a lot of things we want to do. First of all, yeah, we have we're gonna play more, like have shows around in Europe, but we also want to just really get to make more music. We just want to be able to make a lot of new music to get out to people.
And I can promise some new releases this year already.
Yes.
Nice. I was going to say, people might not know this about Winter Jam, but it's not one of those ones where you can volunteer, you can sign up. It is the opposite. You have to be recruited. So what was that recruiting process like when they came knocking on your door?
Yeah, right. We have had a conversation with them before, and the company, and then this year was a great fit, and we had a conversation with them, and they asked us to be on. So
Nice. And then who are some of the other artists that are going to be at that event?
At Winter Jam?
Mhm.
So we did the pre-jam together with John Wesley and Reach Worship and SEU Worship. And then for the main show, it's Katie Nicole. It's New Song, Seventh Day Slumber, Lecrae, Kane, and Crowder. And then Joseph O'Brien is there, and Zane Black is the speaker.
Oh, wow. So, I mean, heck of a lineup.
Yeah.
For only $15, gosh, it don't get much better than that. I mean, that is just phenomenal. And then why is it such a great event for family? Why is it such a family-friendly event?
I think because the all the artists are so different. So for the whole family, you have something that fits everyone. If you like more powerful ballads, you're gonna like one person, or if you like upbeat music, you're gonna like another act, or if you like rap music, you're gonna like, there's something for almost every person, I feel like. So the whole family has something to that gravitates towards them.
And I feel like the whole night is just a big party. I mean, it's perfect to like bring your family, and
there's a lot of merch.
Yeah,
it's a lot of like happiness and joy. The whole night is centered around Jesus and happiness, and you can really feel that in the room. It's a great experience for everyone, and we can see every night that a lot of parents bring their kids to Winter Jam for their first Christian music concert, or just to like get them into going to Christian music concerts. I think Winter Jam is a really great start for a lot of people.
Oh, definitely. It sounds like it's going to be a great event. I'm excited. I want to say March 23rd is when you all are in Northern Kentucky, Cincinnati, Ohio. And we've got that marked on our calendar. I'm going to take my little guy, Owen. We're excited about it. But before we let you go, where on social media, where on the web, where can we find out more about y'all?
We on all platforms are username is lin.d.official.
So Lin.d.official.
Yes.
Awesome.
And
Well-
it's really important for us to just share what we do. We try to do some blogs and just, yeah, it's important for us that everyone gets to follow along on our journey. And that's really important to us, because without all of the people listening and like enjoying what we do, we couldn't be able to do it. So yeah, just so thankful for that.
That is awesome. And we're appreciative of your time, and we look forward to seeing you at the big event. Thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you.
See you there.